Record on this computer, share screen. Righto, so welcome to Smile Fitness Topical Live Q&A with a grand total of one person watching, but you know what? I'll make it the best for you, Deborah. So let's get cracking. So what we're going to talk about is obviously the importance of protein, how it's going to help you on your goals, but also how to get it in, how to structure it, what options are good, things that I've tried and tested myself and then passed on to clients as well. So let me just move this. I'm just going to get rid of that. Right, so how it will help you get in shape. First of all, protein keeps you full. When protein keeps you full, it helps you keep on track. So especially when we're in a calorie deficit, obviously it can be hard to stick to your calories. So if you're eating the right amount of protein for your body weight, you're going to be a lot more full. And if you can, eat all of the protein. Shakes are quite handy, but obviously if you're able to eat them, it's even better to keep you full and satisfied. So it helps with increasing muscle tone. The more muscle tone you've got on the body, the faster your metabolism. As simple as that. So we're going to be sat here 15, 20 minutes on this chat. If I've got more muscle or if you've got more muscle, Deborah, one of us are burning more calories sat on our bottoms. So it's a really efficient way of helping us increase our muscle tone. It makes us stronger. Obviously, if we've got more muscle tone, we're a stronger individual. Now, when you think about exercise, you think about kettlebell swings, squats, tire flips, battle ropes, whatever. The heavier you can lift, the more repetitions you can complete as a byproduct of eating more protein because you have more muscle tone. You're going to burn more calories from exercise. So then, if you're working out 3 times a week for 40 minutes every single time, it's going to make your workouts more efficient as well. So now you can see why there's a whole topic on protein, because it's so damn important. It helps you get more reps in, it helps you lift heavier, and it, like I keep saying, increasing that metabolism. So the amount you need is around 30% of your diet. You don't need to worry too much about that. We tell you how much protein you require. We work that all out for you. So just so you know, though, because a lot of people have said to me in the past, well, Smile Fitness is all about the high protein. We're not about the high protein. We figure out how much protein you need as an individual based on your height, your weight, your age, and your activity levels. It's bespoke to you, but it's not high. It's for a healthy individual. If you as a bodybuilder, a powerlifter, or someone that goes to the gym and you're actively trying to get big and muscly, you would be having a lot more protein than what we suggest. So like I said, this is the basic amount. So if you're not hitting it, you do need to focus on hitting it, and it needs to be every day. Okay, so a lot of people say, and this is why I've made the video today, they're finding it really hard to get them in. And do you know what? Once you've got the simple tools, it is actually really easy. And I'm not just saying that, it can be made super easy. And the trick is with all of these things is not to overcomplicate it, okay? I'm not the smartest button, so if I've got to make it simple for me, so if I'll do that for me, I'll do it for you. So first of all, try and make sure you get protein with every meal or snack, okay? So every single food high in protein, okay? So you've got to think like obviously you've got your meat, fish and dairy from your main meals and eggs and stuff like that, but also you've got protein shakes. Now there's 2 variety of protein shakes, which I'll go through. One that tastes like juice, one that tastes like milkshakes. So if you're not a fan of milkshakes, there is a solution for you. Protein bars are a good shout. The My Protein pancakes are bloody delicious if you add them with like sugar-free syrups, berries. You've got a very nice low-calorie, filling, high-protein meal. Zero-fat Greek yogurt, if you buy a good brand, I'll share with you which I have. That's also a good snack. Meat, fish or dairy. So if you think your breakfast, your lunch and your evening meal, your main meals want to have some sort of meat, fish or dairy within that. And a simple way of increasing your protein is double up your portion. If you usually have 1 chicken breast, you now have 2 or 1.5, whatever, but don't go on autopilot. Remember, you're trying to increase your protein. And then if you're a vegan or vegetarian, you don't have to be a vegan or vegetarian for this bit of advice, but obviously you need to be looking at blending. I don't mean blending as in blending in a blender. I mean putting together in a meal beans, pulses and veggies to help have a complete protein. And then obviously if you're vegan or vegetarian, there's a lot of mock meats out there that you can now buy that are high in protein as well. It's really important that you create structure. Where I see a lot of people go wrong is one day they'll have a protein shake, and then one day they won't. And one day they'll have a protein bar, one day they won't. Just create structure and routine. You will soon find out what you enjoy. I have protein pancakes every day for breakfast now. And even if I'm super busy, I make them the night before, and actually you can reheat them for about 30 to 40 seconds and they're just as delicious fresh. So protein pancakes for me every day, Greek yogurt for me every day, and a shake for me every day. It's all about creating structure. Try not to make it haphazard, because that's when things start to break down. So there's a few meal examples to share with you here. So meal 1, you could have a protein shake for breakfast. Then you can have salmon fillet and rice, protein shake again. So this one's a bit protein shake mad here, but look, if this is for someone that's super, super busy, they're getting up and they're just going and they've got to grab something, and then maybe they're in the car all day. So protein shake could be their only option. But then you've got your salmon and fillet rice for lunch. For your evening meal, shepherd's pie, lots of beef and stuff like that, and then a nice little snack in the evening. So it is always best to try and save a snack for the evening, because when we sit in front of the sofa, we want to enjoy something nice. So zero fat Greek yogurt with berries and honey is delicious, and something nice to have in front of the TV where you don't feel like you're missing out when everyone else is having a bag of Crystal chocolate. Meal 2 is protein porridge. You quite simply make porridge, and you can have a scoop of protein or half a scoop of protein, and you can have chocolate porridge, strawberry, all these different flavors. Nice and simple of boosting the protein in your breakfast. Leftovers are fantastic for lunch. So meal 2, leftover chili and rice. I believe in leftovers. Make more. You're cooking anyway at night, and then the next day you can reheat it. You know what calories is in it, and it's just done for you. And I think there's nothing more satisfying than a hot meal. Meal 3, protein bar, mid-afternoon, steak and wedges in the evening, and then for the in front of the TV snack, the sofa snack as I call it, meal 5, protein pancakes and berries. Like I said, my protein pancakes are for breakfast. And then the last example here, eggs on toast, pasta and meatballs, that would be leftovers again, protein shake, fish pie, just threw that one out there, just so we're not all about the meat. And then you can have a protein bar in the evening. So you've got 3 examples there. You don't need to have these exact meals. It's just showing you how to structure. I feel that also looking at meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, structuring your day where you have 5 meals a day or 5 feeds a day, however you want to word it, is a really good way of spreading your food out. So, try and create your own structure with this. I mean, I don't have breakfast at a traditional breakfast time. I'm not hungry for breakfast. So this is why I don't call meal 1 breakfast. I'll just call it meal 1. Sometimes I'll have a breakfast food, sometimes I won't. But either way, having structure with your nutrition, like rough meal timings. You don't need to eat at the exact time, but rough times of the day when you have this kind of meal, this kind of protein snack, this kind of meal, this kind of protein snack makes it so much easier. So then when you're busy, you're stressed out, and it's all cracking off around you, you've got this structure in place to allow you still hit your protein, still eat well, still track, because the structure already been built. So protein supplement recommendations. So when I say supplement, I don't mean like tablets or anything like that. I mean the shakes and stuff. So we'll talk about the Impact Whey Isolate, the one on the right hand side. Most people that I speak to hate like milkshake type textures. That is it. I love it. I go for the chocolate flavor. No, never go for the plain. You've got loads of different flavors: strawberry, chocolate, banana, vanilla. Literally, you could go crazy on it. Literally Google My Protein Whey Isolate and you'll find it. If you hate the idea of a milkshake and it makes you gag at the thought of it, then Clear Whey Isolate is your one. Got mango flavor, strawberry, sherbet flavor, all these different ones, and it just tastes like a cordial juice. You mix in the powder, put your water, and you've got a delicious juice. And everyone so far that has gone for the clear whey isolate has enjoyed it. Again, if you don't want the normal milkshake version, just simply type in Myprotein, clear whey isolate, choose a flavor, rock and roll. So there's the protein options. There are other protein brands you can buy. There's loads of other brands, absolutely, but I don't know much about them. I've just stuck with these for years because it always tastes good, delivery is fast, easy to order. If I've ever had a problem, it's been easily solved. So do you know what? That just keeps life simple. So yes, look at other brands. If you do decide to go for another brand, make sure it's mostly mostly high in protein. It's not full of sugars and stuff like that, and don't get sucked into diet whey, because Myprotein even do a diet whey. It's got pink labeling on it, so aimed at ladies, and ironically it's higher in calories, higher in sugar, so it's literally just a marketing ploy. These two versions are the best. And to the next thing, you've got protein bars. So there's loads of protein bars out there. Again, these are just my 3 go-to protein bars. You've got the Grenade Carb Killers, the PhDs, and the Fulfill bars. They're all really delicious. Now, with the Grenade bar, let's say you save a protein bar for meal 5, you're in front of the sofa, and you really feel like a chocolate pudding. You can actually take it out the wrapper, put it in a Tupperware or a bowl, microwave it for 30 to 60 seconds, and it melts into a pudding. Add some blueberries and strawberries with it, and it feels like you're having some sort of chocolate pudding. It's high in protein, and because obviously having the berries and stuff, it's dead sugary, it's flavoursome, it's filling, and it's low in calories. Win-win situation. So protein bars are really good, really, really handy. The only gripe I have with protein bars is they are fairly low in protein, 20 grams. Whereas if you have a shake, it's a lot higher. You're usually looking at 30 to 40 grams in a shake. And protein powder is usually 40 to 50p a portion. These bars are like £2, £2.50. So that's the only thing with protein bars that I don't love about, but they're just so damn handy to have in the cupboard. Protein pancakes. So again, there's different companies that sell protein pancakes, tried and tested loads of them. They don't quite cook like a traditional pancake. Like, they're just a bit stickier, but once you get the knack of it, they're really, really easy to cook. Like, I can literally do it with my eyes closed now. Myprotein pancakes are the tastiest. I go for the golden syrup flavor. If you want plain, then add your sugar and lemon and stuff like that. But the golden syrup, sweet enough, and you can have it on its own and it's still delicious. But obviously, as you can see in this little photo, strawberries yogurt, zest it up, make it nice, and make it a thing. You can really enjoy it. And this is the particular brand of yogurt I have. It's really good quality. It's really thick and tasty, as if it is full fat yogurt. And I just wanted to show you a nice photo. If you added berries and some honey and stuff like that, you can still make it like a delicious snack that you have every day that you look forward to. And 300 gram of yogurt, which isn't a huge amount, 30 grams of protein, a really, really convenient thing that's easily prepped as well if you're always on the go. Things to avoid when it comes to protein: don't buy cheap. Like, usually, obviously cheap meat or fish can be okay, but like cheap supplements like bars and shakes, they usually just are bad quality, will affect your stomach, and they're probably not going to be high in protein. Don't go for diet whey. We spoke about that, because that's usually just a marketing ploy. And then going into marketing ploys, avoid protein cereals. So you've got high protein Weetabix. It's marginally a little bit more protein, and it's just not enough to warrant the money. You best just have a proper supplement like a shake or pancakes, or eat meat or fish or whatever to get that in. Protein cereal bars. Now, usually the protein cereal bars, they're high in nuts, so they'll have some sort of nut pecan protein bar or whatever. Now, nuts don't contain all of the essential amino acids like meat, fish, or dairy does. So whereas protein bars and shakes have got the dairy side of things in, so it is a complete protein. So again, protein cereal bars, it's just a ploy to people that don't really understand about protein. They're on a health kick. Oh, these say high protein, I'll buy them. But actually, they're just high in sugar. You may as well just have a cereal bar for the sake of having a cereal bar. Do not see it as a protein hit. Protein chocolate bars, the same. And I'll explain why. They're just too low in protein, so you could get protein Mars bar, Snickers. They're not high enough in protein. High protein pasta, bread, same, not worth it. Don't waste it. Don't compromise on taste of a nice pasta or bread. And the reason for this is most of them are less than 20 grams of protein. If you have a protein hit, as in like a piece of meat or fish with your evening meal, protein shake, protein bar, yogurt, whatever, if there's less than 20 grams of protein in that meal sitting, your muscles do not actually utilize that protein. So this is why the bars, the cereals, the chocolate bars, the bread and the pasta are a little bit redundant, and you're best just to have proper protein from meat, fish or dairy. Like I said, the shakes, the bars, and I didn't mention the protein pancakes are classed as dairy because they're using whey isolate powder. So the key message really is protein keeps you fuller for longer. If you find it hard to stick to your calories, that is going to be a massive game changer, because a lot of people that we do tend to work with usually have half the amount of protein, and they're always finding they're hungry. They can't understand why they can't stick to the calories, and that's because their protein is too low. It helps you get strong and fit. So regardless, we all want to be the strongest, fittest version of ourselves. It helps, decrease the risk of injury. If we do get injured, we bounce back faster. And if we're fitter and we're stronger, when we do work out, we are capable of doing much more and therefore burning more calories on each workout. So it's about working smarter, not harder. And the more muscle you've got on your body, okay, the faster your metabolism. I'm talking about muscle. Ladies, never worry about being big and bulky. When ladies increase muscle, they increase tone. So once the fat's gone, you'll just have lovely shape. Whereas men have 10 times the testosterone compared to ladies. So men will get big and strong and they will look bigger. So it's a win-win situation for both sexes in that regards. It massively helps with fat loss. So, sorting your protein out is going to help you if your goal is to lose body fat. And the best thing you can do is create structure and routine. So I've just chucked in some ideas. They are based on my personal findings on what works for me and what I've successfully shared with members that have been able to implement it yourself. You can go whatever route you want, but all I would say is create structure and routine with it and just keep it simple. Because I speak to so many different members or different clients about the nutrition, the tracking of the calories. And do you know what? It spins my head sometimes because they seem to be making it so complex. Hit your protein, don't go over your calories, voila, it's enough, and you really need to get the nutrition side of things to get in shape. You can train your arse off, you can do 1,000 steps a day. Don't sort out your nutrition, you don't track your calories accurately, consistently, you're not going to see results and you're going to be forever frustrated. I cannot emphasize that enough. Right, so we're going to open it up to a Q&A. So we're going to stop sharing now. We'll have a little chat and see if there's any questions. And I hope you found that useful. I've just asked to unmute you.
Yeah, just done it.
How are you?
It's only me.
Yeah, it will be, bless you. Yeah, I'm going to advertise them a lot more, but we're so super busy. But I know a lot of people emailed me after watching the last one, which was quite nice. So did you find that useful?
Yeah, I think basically what you said about the shakes and stuff.
Yeah.
I started doing that, like sort of started last week, and keeping a structure to my day, like sort of I have porridge for breakfast. Yeah. Mid-morning basically, then I'm having like the shake.
Yeah.
And then like on an afternoon I'm having like sort of a protein yogurt. And if need be, if it looks like I'm not going to hit my target, then I'm adding in some protein powder into my yogurt.
That's really nice as well, isn't it? Yeah, if you whip it in.
Be hitting the 100 gram mark quite like sort of at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't eat because I'm hungry. I eat because it's there.
Yeah.
So like sort of if my husband's been out and bought bars of chocolate in, because he says to me, he says, you don't have to eat them all. I says, I do, because they're there.
Yeah.
That little grip there, older saying, there's chocolate, go and get chocolate. He was pretty good this time when he was home, bless him.
Yeah.
And sort of he even cut back on his takeaways and things, to help me and everything. So yeah, so it's getting my head around the fact of if I'm going to have something, not to go on binge.
Yeah.
So that's why I was trying to ask you I've got my calorie allowance.
Yeah.
And you said about having a deficit.
Yeah.
Right. So say 100 or 150 calories a day.
Yeah. The
Get
bank.
to the Saturday.
Yeah.
But I don't need. Is that going to affect?
No, not at all.
The weight.
If you don't use the calories you banked, just see it as a bonus. Like don't forcefully not eat the spare calories, as in like you're trying to speed things along. You know you've got them there to play with, but if you don't want them, it won't hinder results. No, not whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just like I say, it's that yo-yoing that still keeps going on at the moment, which is why I've got your measuring thing next week.
Oh, awesome! That's good.
So I'm going to be quite interested to see exactly what that says.
Well, to be honest, me and Holly are really sick. When we saw you last, I think it was lunchtime a couple of days ago. I can't remember the exact day. You're definitely looking leaner.
Yeah, with the tyre.
Yeah, but you know, it is working. So, I mean, and this is why we got the InBody scanner, is because we didn't want to be hung up 100% on the scales, or like the figure on the scales. Whereas if you go on the scanner, it's going to tell you body fat, your muscle, your weight, and all those things. But then hopefully when you go back on 4-6 weeks later, it will hopefully say you've reduced body fat, reduced your muscle tone, and then the number on the scales becomes less important. And that's why a real big reason why we invested into that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's psychological though, isn't it? Because you see other members putting up that they've lost so many inches and things like that. I mean, I did in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think because when I first joined you, I lost nearly a stone, and I lost all the inches.
Yeah.
And that sort of stayed off, but it's gone nowhere else. But there again, everything else is toning up.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted. You know, and the clothes look better. And my pack doesn't anywhere near as much.
Well, if your clothes are fitting better, that's another massive indicator. And I think this is why, like I said, the InBody scanner is just so important. It's just looking at the number on the scales. And like you said, if you're feeling like you're firmer, that means you've got more muscle tone. So potentially you've been replacing fat with muscle tone, which is really good, by the way, but you're not getting a truism of how much body fat's gone. And this is where the body scanner will come into play. And it's hard facts as well. The great thing about the scanner, it doesn't guess, it is accurate. So you'll get hard evidence of where you're at with it. So I think that's a really good move that you're going for that. It really is.
My scales aren't accurate. I always do a stand on it 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Then,
yeah, it can be a nightmare. So ours are calibrated. So ours looks at the level of the floor and it calibrates itself. So yeah. But again, when you come on our body scanner, we're not interested in the weight. We're interested in, well, we'll go through it with you. The score that's with you, and the score is based on how much muscle tone you've got compared to how much body fat you've got. And the idea is you want more muscle tone, less body fat, healthier individual. And like I said, if you revisit it every 4-6 weeks, something like that, hopefully you'll keep seeing the body fat go down, and then you'll stop worrying about the number on the scales. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. But it sounds like you've got things nailed. It sounds like you're doing great. And I hope that little talk just gave you a refresher and a bit of a boost with it. Cool.
Okay. Bye. Thanks,
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Bye.